Going into the last round, what did your corner say to you?
Do you think if you had more time
After the
you
fight,
would
you
have
got
been able
on
to finish
Twitter
it?
and
Who
called
is the person you would like least to fight?
Susan Cingari here from Must Love MMA, where every fighter has a story. And joining me today is the one and only Nate the Great. How are you today, Nate?
Oh, good, Susan. How are you? It's been a while since you've last talked.
It has been. And that's an interesting point you bring up because what I wanted to share with you is that this is our new set, and you are the most watched interview ever on my Combat Sports channel. So we thought it'd be kind of fitting to go back into production after our little stint with COVID here in South Florida. We're back in production and have you on because you're the most watched combat sports story ever. Did you know that you beat Dana White by 46,000 views, Nate? What do you think about
I
that?
didn't know. Didn't know that until you told me, but yeah, that's some number. So hopefully we're gonna do it again.
Yeah, so, what kind of a situation is going on over in Ireland? Before we start the interview, we should bring our fans up to date with what's going on with COVID as well.
We're doing pretty good over here now. The cases are very, very low right now, so we're doing very, very well as a nation. We've came together, and we were definitely on the way to beating this. I think we're ahead of. We have phases over here, and all of them are going ahead of what they were meant to be. So we're doing fantastic over here. It's great to see.
So, getting back to yourself as a person, as a fighter, kind of bring us up to speed because it was 4 years ago when we interviewed you. And how old were you
I was maybe 11, just gone 11, 10 or
then?
11, around that age, and I was
And you're going to be 16 this summer, as I recall, because your birthday is in August, right?
16 next month. Yeah, 16
Wow.
next month, getting big now.
I know if you were my kid, I'd be saying I feel old, but just because I'm interviewing you, I'm just going to say right now I feel old. But anyway, so bring us up to speed and tell us what's been going on with you because you've won a lot of titles and a lot of national championship titles as well, and a lot of kickboxing, and the list is too long. So I'm going to hand it over to you, Nate, because fans, if you have not heard of Nate the Great Kelly, Nate Kelly, you should because he's a up and coming fighter out of Ireland that's set to take the world on storm. So Nate, go ahead and share with our viewers your stellar record, sir.
Yeah, I'm European champion in kickboxing and jiu-jitsu. I think I'm probably one of the only people that have that accomplishment of competing in the IMAF World Championships. Last year, I'm multiple kickboxing world medalist, and multiple other medals in jiu-jitsu, NAGA champion, and multiple 13-time kickboxing national champion. Yeah, very long list of credentials, and that's only the start of it.
I also thought, though, that you were a 12-time national champion in one of the events as well.
Yeah, 13-time kickboxing national champion, yeah.
See, you can't even remember all your stuff. You're making me remember all your stuff.
Yeah. It's hard to remember. It's hard to keep track. There's so many.
Which of the disciplines do you enjoy the most, Nate? Because you're talented in all three, or four, or five, or six. Which one kind of is your fancy, so to speak?
I've always enjoyed MMA the most because I've been doing kickboxing in TMA, telemartial arts, since I'm 4 years of age, and jiu-jitsu, SBG, since I'm around 7 or so. So I get to bind two of them together, my kickboxing, my jiu-jitsu, and all the other disciplines I do, my wrestling, everything else, I get to bind it all together, That's why I love MMA so much.
How would you describe your style to a person who's never seen you before?
I think my style is very, very unique, I don't think there's many styles like me. I bind together a lot of styles. I'm not one-dimensional, You see a lot of fighters that are one-dimensional. I believe I'm not nothing like that whatsoever. I kind of come from a points fighting background, so that's kind of like the base of my striking. But it's much more than that. My style is very unique, and when I start stepping into the amateur ranks and then the pro ranks, they're gonna see something different, 100%.
What do you think separates you from the rest of the fighters, so to speak?
I think my style, genuinely, I do. I feel like when I start fighting amateur MMA over here in Ireland, they're gonna see something completely different. Nobody my age over here in Ireland has anywhere near my level in striking and on the ground. And I believe that when I do start competing amateur seriously over here, none of them will be able to keep up already. So I'm just waiting for that time to come. And also the way I talk, you see these grown men at the UFC press conference and they can barely get out 3 sentences. So I'm only 15 years of age and doing it. So
it's funny you mentioned that because we were talking about that with the production team beforehand, and I was saying that's when you shot to fame. Are you still thinking about maybe making a career with the UFC when you do become eligible to do that?
Yeah, 100%. UFC is my dream since I'm a little child, but there's many more promotions now as well. So whoever's offering the big money, that's what it's about. But the UFC, 100%, that would be my dream promotion as well.
What do you think makes you such a dangerous fighter from an opponent's point of view? I want fans to understand that you've come up the ranks, you've trained hard, you have a stellar background, you're really, really, really disciplined and focused on your training as well. I know I spoke with your mom earlier. Even though you're stuck in the house, you've been doing a lot of training at home. But
Yeah,
if you had to talk about what makes you a dangerous fighter, how would you answer that question?
From a young age, since I'm 4, I've been doing kickboxing at 7, but from 7 onwards, I've been competing at the highest level in kickboxing and jiu-jitsu. Very few people have been able to do that. So I'm competing with the highest level kickboxers that only focus on kickboxing, and I'm giving it to them and winning the competitions. And same in jiu-jitsu. Barely anybody is able to do that. So that's why I feel like I'm going to be a different fighter altogether, you know what I mean? Especially in MMA, when I can bind them two together and just get to focus on one sport.
All right, the big question: when are you going to go pro?
Godspeed. We'll see what happens. Still have to make my amateur debut, so hopefully next year or so, maybe next year, see what happens. But I'm in no rush. Life's a marathon, not a sprint. Have loads of time to get there. So
Explain that a little bit more to the viewers who are not familiar, because when people see you in the video clips that we're running in this interview, it looks like you could already be amateur. But to explain to them a little bit more, because there is a procedure that you need to go to before you quote unquote do turn pro. So you brought up a great point again.
I believe.
Really applaud.
I believe in
we've got to
myself.
run the applaud button. We've got to run the applaud button. All
The special effects and
go
all.
for it, Nate.
No, I believe that right now, amateur at my weight, I could step in and fight anybody, any man, and I could give it to them and beat them. I believe that, but it's just it's about, even at this age, you shouldn't be taking that much headshots with no headgear, and it's just about, developing my brain and stuff before I do get in there. I have to play it smart. I'm in no rush. I have loads of time. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon, so there's loads of time to make my amateur debut and then eventually my pro debut. My goal is still to be the youngest UFC champion, and I still 100% see that coming true.
Well, I'm a fan of yours, so you can't talk me out of saying that you're going to be the youngest UFC champion, because I know you're going to be. What goes through your mind? Since we've last spoke, a lot of the stories I've done, I've developed an interest in what goes through the mind of a fighter before they prepare for competition. Some fighters have even told me that they throw up, they get nervous. Some of the guys and girls just are chilled out backstage. So how do you prepare mentally before a competition or a fight, so to speak, or a match?
See, for me, training, I've always enjoyed this from a young age. I wouldn't be still here today from 4 years of age to now if I didn't enjoy it. There's nothing I love more genuinely, and the competing is the fun part. The fighting is the fun part. I love fighting. There's literally genuinely nothing I love more than fighting. So when I get to compete or I get to fight, that's literally an award. It's like a reward for me. You know what I mean? So I never really. Obviously, I feel nervous, but nerves are good depending on the way you use them. If you let them overtake you, then they're not going to be any use for you. But 100%, I don't get too nervous. I genuinely enjoy fighting, so I think that's why.
What has MMA taught you overall, do you think?
It's taught me many things. From a young age, I was kind of a bowler kid. Very hyperactive, and now I believe it's matured me in many ways. As a person, and it's taught me, martial arts doesn't make you the bully. It's makes you teach your kids not to bully. And it's just amazing. I wonder what my life would be if I didn't start martial arts. So I'm forever grateful every day, and I can't recommend it enough. 100%.
We should probably pause a minute, talk about your great involvement with bullying, because you're mentoring a lot of kids, coaching them. Let's talk a little bit about that as well.
Yeah, I've done some anti-bullying campaigns for Reebok a while back, and I'm a big ambassador for anti-bullying. It's terrible to see that's still happening today, and we should all just be nice to one another. 100%.
Getting back to what's going on in Ireland and the country in general with COVID, how have you been changing up your training camp? You're obviously stuck at home, but what have you been doing? Because I know you're keeping fit.
Yeah, I'm still training really, really hard. Twice a day. My kickboxing TMA are doing Zoom sessions, and SBG have been posting videos for us to do as well. I've set my own little gym in one of the rooms in the house, and I'm still training away. I'm even training harder because there's no really outside distractions. I can just wake up and walk next door and do my training, so it's really handy.
I don't know what the situation is going to present itself out in Ireland, but here in the U.S., where the UFC and Titan Fights have had some fights, and Bare Knuckle is also going to be having some fights coming up, the fighters are fighting without anybody in the stands. Have you heard anything in your country about how they would proceed as far as matches and competitions if and when they do decide to reopen fighting in the country of Ireland?
I think it's scheduled for August for us to go back to the gym, so I don't think it will be much time after that until we can start competing again. But I'm just dying to get back in there because I'm coming out genuinely a different animal out of this lockdown.
Dying to get back in there. I know that you're dying
Yeah,
to get back in
100%.
there. So, Nate, you've done some acting since we last spoke. And again, it doesn't seem like 4 years, but I guess it is.
Yeah, I was in Cardboard Gangster as a shot with Mark O'Connor, shout out Mark O'Connor, a very good friend of mine. And I didn't have a big part in it, but it wasn't really a talking part, but I'm definitely looking to do a lot more. Mark O'Connor's doing great things over here. And I say he'll have a few roles for me, but other than that, I'm definitely looking to try getting into acting a lot more, 100%.
Did you enjoy going to the premiere?
Yeah, the premiere was deadly over here as well. Got to get up in a suit and all, I love all that stuff.
Who inspires you, Nate Kelly?
Conor, obviously, he built the door in for Irish MMA. And then also my mother and my father, they've sacrificed so much for me. And it's amazing to see, that they've done so much for me. So I'm just trying to repay them back.
I know everybody in Ireland and SBG and your family are proud of you. Before we go today, Nate, is there anything else you want to add? And can you please give all the fans your social media handles?
Yeah, I'd love to shout out my sponsors, Aidan from Investoi, Ignition Autos, Absolute Limos, and Top 10 Martial Arts. It wouldn't be possible without my sponsors. I wouldn't be able to get to half of the competitions. Mm-hmm. And my Instagram is Nate Kelly MMA, and my Twitter is Nate the Great MMA, I believe.
All right, Nate Kelly. Well, I'm sure that the U.S. fans and the fans across the world can't wait to see you back in competition. I wish you good luck.
100%.
We must
very
meet
soon.
Much more frequently, Nate. This is
Definitely,
terrible. It's been 4 years. I'm shooting myself here. Before we go today, I want to thank our viewers for joining us. Remember, every fighter has a story. I'm Susan Cingari from Must Love MMA. And don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe button. I think that's below or on top or on the bottom. And if you have a fighter you want me to interview, go ahead and leave it in the comment section and we'll do that. Nate, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me on, Susan. It was a pleasure.